Well, good morning to everybody. There's a lot of activity going on around us at the moment. My good friend Raoul and his wife Linda, their son Ren is getting married this morning. If you watched my video earlier this morning that on Grumpy Brit in the Philippines, you would have seen the preparation for the celebration and the early arrival of some of the guests. But this morning's thought for the day is about something that we all probably get tied up in, and that is women. You know, traditionally, everybody says they come here to the Philippines often for two reasons, really, I suppose. Well, three, really. One, you can just wrap it all up in retirement. The other one can be to find a wife or a partner, a companion. And the third one, of course, is I've forgotten. But nevertheless, oh, that's right, the cost of living. Now, some of you will argue that the cost of living is pretty well much the same as anywhere else, just at a different level. And I probably agree with you, because in the last 2 or 3 years, things have gone up in price. Mainly opportunist price increases, not necessarily affected by anything specific here in the Philippines. The price of fuel has skyrocketed like anywhere, and that would have an effect on the bottom line of any of the middlemen providing goods for stores and retailers. But those that remember the vows of getting married, the vows or the vows, one of those anyway, you know what I mean. For richer or poorer, in sickness and in health, death till death do us part. For many Filipinos, it is a commitment that they will undertake regardless of the pressures or situations they find themselves in. They are loyal, they are caring, they are willing to be your carer, but they also care about you while they do it. So they clearly have a better traditional outlook towards life. But there's also the one that will say, yes, darling, I will look after you till the day you drop dead. Did you say you were going to build me a house? Of course. I will be there all the way through. And of course, many of you have discovered that's not quite exactly how it ended. But have faith. There are plenty of women out there that have morals, that have a feeling of duty, a feeling of honor, and a feeling of being a true caring person. If you commit yourself to somebody, whether it's on a piece of paper or a ring on your finger, that commitment should still be the same, because we all live theoretically under the eyes of God. So, without getting too religious, that is probably what drives the majority of people here. But then you have the young ones. Wow, come on, guys, come on over. We'll have a good time. We'll go to restaurants. We'll go to Boracay. We'll go to Bohol. We'll go to Cebu, Dumaguete. All these wonderful resort areas. And I'll take loads of pictures to send to my friends saying, ha ha ha, I've got a foreigner boyfriend. We're getting married. Really? That's funny. 6 months down the track, she's not doing the same. Why? Because she's been dumped. Next one, please. That's the third kind of lady. Now, the ones that you're looking for, probably deep down inside your psyche, a lot of you Americans are looking for the ones for 6 months, maybe only a couple of months, and moving on to the next one, please. Only just to really just to sow your wild oats, to make you feel more of a man, I suppose. That's what they think. Well, who am I to say that's right or wrong? You only know whether it's right or wrong, not me. All I can say is that I would prefer the one in the middle, the one that's maybe been married before, maybe widowed, maybe actually divorced overseas, and you meet her overseas. And maybe you bring her back after 20 or 30 years working overseas because you've gotten to know her as a Filipino. Sure, she comes back here and she will slide back into the Filipino ways, but she'll also have in her psyche what she's learnt living overseas, and she's a better bet. So, somebody who's had overseas experience in Dubai, Saudi, Oman, Jordan, wherever, even Europe, they're going to be a better bet because they've been exposed to the real world. And of course, you'll find those that have maybe traveled with their foreigner boyfriend or husband, and they've had enough and they want to move on. Why? Because they want better. They're never happy. Many women in this world, not just Filipina, are not happy once they've got to a certain level. They still want more. We would call that being greedy, selfish, self-centered, toxic. Well, yes, I tend to agree. It's okay while the sun shines, but once the sun starts to go down a little, they then think, whoa, I like the sunshine. And off they go, leaving you to carry the can. And of course, for many of you who've been foolish enough to build a home thinking it's going to end up as a legacy for that beautiful woman that you've chosen, don't be fooled. She's going to hold on for dear life. She isn't going to give you anything. She's not going to be decent, sell the property and split the difference. But never mind, guys. You have your pension. What does she have? Her meager salary to carry on, to pay the land tax, to pay the property tax, to pay the power and the internet and the good life. You watch. She'll have to replace you quick, because if she doesn't, she's going downhill fast. All she's got is a house to live in and no income. So there is an element of karma there that is being a bit cynical myself, and I accept there's a certain reason for it. But don't be fooled by her suggestion that you don't own anything. Mate, can she prove that she paid for the house? Can she prove that she actually owns it? Has she got title to the land? Has she actually paid for it yet? Who knows? You won't know because she won't tell you. And the reality is that she'll be right, mate, and she will. So don't feel bad about leaving her behind and moving on. Show her that you have strength in your conviction. If you don't want me, you're the loser. If you have to walk around with a limp because you shot yourself in the foot, it's your fault, not mine. So therefore, there is life after glory and glorious time. There is life. It might not be here now, but it will be, I'm sure, in the future. And that's what we hold on to. And we hold on to our own dignity. That's important. When the dignity is trampled on by your so-called love of your life, then it's important that you stay firm, that you do everything would be seen as being morally right. And don't worry about what she has to say. She's only trying to gaslight you. And they'll always do that. Sorry, because they're never wrong, are they? It would never be their fault that the relationship might have gone pear-shaped. No, of course not. It's your fault. You're a foreigner. If you like this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. It's not negative. It's not negative. Me telling you these things are not negative. You take the positive out of it and leave the negative behind. Bye now.